champion.
Space Soldier starting the CT side. EnVyUs going to be buying the HE grenade actually and defuse kit, not buying the smoke.
Paz as well with the early information play. Does spot out towards second mid. Doesn't get too much info from it, but stays alive as he backs off and plays from close quad.
Exactly, we've seen how good he can be with these pistols. Major as well, another player that's really stepped up in the pistol rounds. Seems like Zentares and Calyx really have the impact with the rifles, but speak of the devil, and he shall appear. Zentares finds the first. That's going to be a 5 versus 4 now in favor of the CT side.
Oh, resplendent with confidence as well as he pushes down. You can see trying to go for more of an aggressive play. He's already got one, but he's hungry for more, and he's getting them. A second kill into the pistol as he deals the necessary damage. Falls back to the site as well as he has a teammate to play off of this dynamic duo in EnVyUs and Zentares. Can they actually find the frags as the push will come through? They bypass Zentares. They take site control as well. XMS will be the one to put him into an early grave. Happy keeps the damage done as he deals out a killing blow on EnVyUs, and they have B-bomb site. Oh, Happy with the follow-up frag on Calyx as well. And that is just beautiful.
Man advantage now for EnVyUs off the back of the crazy plays there from Happy. Kit was dropped towards Ruin, so there's still a massive chance here for Space Soldiers.
Very true, but Major and Co are going to have to think fast. Sixer as well catches Major off guard as he was unaware of his location, focusing more towards runes. Paz, he went huge into the first map, but can he do the same on the second? Paz with that sick kill coming through. Paz somehow finds that headshot as well. So close, but couldn't quite close it out. That was just ridiculous.
Blink, and you would have missed that second kill there. 1-0 now, even though Zentares had the first initial double entry towards Banana. It still falls in favor of the French side as they claim the first pistol of this second map. Inferno, it's going to be 1-0 now in favor of EnVyUs. Question now for Space Soldiers is how many of these players are going to go for the force buy? Are we going to be seeing 4 players force? And if so, how will that impact them later on?
Yeah, how's that going to come back to haunt them? Will it affect them? Will it benefit them? More so for EnVyUs as well. You can see the mass investment into SMGs. They want to cultivate some cash with those weapons. For Scream as well, a Galil, interestingly enough. Not the UMP being donned today. He wants to try and run rampant with that rifle, it seems. Yeah,
very different style of anti-ecos as well we've seen between the two teams. EnVyUs, they've gone for 4 MAC-10s. They usually go for 4 or 3 MAC-10s or SMGs into their anti-ecos. Space Soldiers, though, the complete opposite. They usually just go for either 1 MAC-10 onto Major or a complete full stack of 5 AKs. So really goes to show the risk versus reward. Obviously, if you win these rounds with the MAC-10s, you stack up extra cash, but then again, you take the chance of close range. These CZs can really pack a punch.
Oh, they can do indeed. A lot of stopping power behind those weapons, but let's see if that is going to be shown off today or how this round will develop. They're looking like they are grouping up to go for this burst play towards the A-bomb site. Calyx, and he wants to try and get into a good angle, up close and personal with the CZ, but they're backing off, Snods. They've lampooned them.
So much information gathered there by Calyx is now. They know there's no players towards middle. Are they expecting the fast play towards B? As Zentares, Major, and EnVyUs are going to be rotating in towards the side.
Yeah, perfectly done. They get there in just the nick of time. EnVyUs as well plays on the close angle. EnVyUs could be critical as he finds the opening frag, but the trade back comes in of a crucial one from XMS. Scream as well gives them the shutdown potential. Finds that double kill with his Galil as it will just fall into Paz and Calyx to try and make it work. Happy strikes first. Calyx will trade back. Sixer is incredibly low, but Scream was ready. That's why he goes for the Galil, so he can one-tap you down and pop your head.
2-0 now. As EnVyUs will win versus the Space Soldiers force buy on Cobblestone. Space Soldiers were able to claim that second round force buy when EnVyUs tried to run up the mid-ramp. So a turn of the tides here. And so far, so good as we head into round number 3. It's going to be 4 MAC-10s again. Galil reinvested for Scream. Another chance here for EnVyUs where they're going to be going up against the full eco from Space Soldiers. Try and have 4 or 5 stay alive, have a clean round, stack up some cash, and really have your money blooming going into the first buy rounds.
Yeah. Space Soldiers basically just trying to hope for something out of this. See if they can do a little bit of damage to EnVyUs. Maybe be a bit of a flash in a pan in the round at least. As after this point, when they can reinvest into the following buy, that is when it will get serious again. Major going to play around the smoke here as well towards Balcony as he waits for the push to come in. Just playing anti-flash as well as Happy is there. This could work out quite nicely as Happy will dive straight past him. isn't going to be focusing towards balcony anymore. He could go big into the late round as the push will come through. Major tries to assert himself, finds the first headshot, wants the second as he taps down with the USP. He is dinked to 7 HP, but at least he's found some damage.
Yeah, found that 1 kill, but eventually it seems like that's all they're going to be claiming. As towards Apartments, XMS finds that execution kill onto Major. Just going to be leaving Xantares down to 1 versus 4. Trying to see if he can do some more economical damage, but instead we'll just land the dink onto screen. So, round number 4 now, first buy round of the first half of this second map where Space Soldiers have the 1 map advantage going forward. As it will be the AWP for Major. 4 M4s as well to finish off the rest of the buy, and surprisingly this time as well, usually we're seeing Engin or Paz will the AWP, but this time it will be the IGL and Captain trying to lead by example. One of the issues here, though, for Space Soldiers is the lack of the defuse kit.
He has got the spawn for it, though, Snod, so let's see if it's going to pay off. Didn't go for the full extend round, actually runs into the wall as well. So luckily they weren't hot on his tail, as that could have been naughty. Right now as well, he has backup. You can see, I believe, Paz just playing close towards Boiler to provide support if they do go towards the A site, when in reality, B is under assault.
Xantares and Engin as those anchors towards that B-bomb site, as the Molotov will eventually fade away. Let's see though, minute 20 left on the clock here, so if EnVyUs can try and force out the utility fast here, they can try force out the Molotovs, force out the smokes, and then go for a re-hit towards B when they know the CT side have no utility left.
You can see trying to force a rotate early as well, seeing if Space Soldiers are going to buy into it and fall into the trap, but instead they just hold their ground. Still free players towards their A sites. They are ready and haven't overcommitted by stacking towards B. Major as well, with this AWP playing from Arch, if they do go for the burst round and don't hit from quad, he could be so effective.
Still the 5 versus 5 though, 45 seconds left. Paz will try and test his luck towards the smoke, but Major here is the real key impact player.
Major extends round, misses the flick though. Major needed to land that shot stance to give them the opener. Meanwhile, Paz and Calyx still damage as the big dog starts to nip at the heels of EnVyUs. Happy returns the favor as he will wallbang down Major. That is the AWP gone. No chance for any sniping craziness into this round. Happy in RPK as well. Keeping it going, RPK! That was a beautiful shot to finish it on Xantares. 4 rounds for EnVyUs here on their T side Inferno.
Major, they're missing that key, crucial first kill. And from there, EnVyUs knew they had a chance just to run up quad. They went for the trade kill on the player's site. And as soon as that site was theirs, it all fell apart for Space Soldiers. 4-0 now, as we're going to go into round number 5. And it will be the quasi-buy from Space Soldiers. Calyx and Paz going to be investing into Kevlar, 4 CZs and a Deagle for the CT side.
Going to go for these early opening tags, but Xantares is the one to deal the first critical blow as he takes down Scream. There's a response from RPK towards top banana. Xantares, he loves to go for these overextensions. He does want to try and get more every time. You can see when his blood starts to boil.
Such a shame there for Space Soldiers that flashbang went over RPK's head. As that could have been a crazy play towards banana from Xantares, but nevertheless it is a 4 versus 4 and RPK is low.
Well, RPK holding his ground though. You can see on the elevated angle. Bit of a pixel shot, but you imagine the tank might be able to land it with his shells, waiting for the push to come his way, but it isn't going to go down like that. XMS as well, clearing out towards Apartments. Will he find Calyx? Calyx too fast as he flicks up with his CZ, gets one, but Happy's there for the trade. As you can see, the bomb as well, undecided, as they're not quite sure what site they want to go to.
Exactly, undecisive so far, but then again, there's 2 players from Space Soldiers towards this A site, and one of them has the drop on Happy. Bomb towards middle. 6-up, 100 HP. He has to land the frag. He doesn't quite manage it. Paz will get that frag. RPK as well goes down. Engin gets the final frag. And it's going to be 1-4 as we head now into round number 6.
Yeah, working their way through, looking good. Fast round on the board for Space Soldiers there as they are actually able to open it up. The rebuys will come through. They scavenge weapons as well. That's going to be the major factor because you do actually have those AKs now in their arsenal. For the side of EnVyUs, they have to go for the rebuy. Sixer looking like he's debating actually potentially going for an AWP buy.
One of the things as well, if he was going to go for the AWP investment, he knows that the money is so low from Space Soldiers that they probably couldn't afford the AWP, and at that point you can try and really push your advantage with the lone AWP in the server. Try and challenge the players towards B, try and challenge Xantares, get that first kill towards the B site, or go for a contact play up quad, peek towards Arch, try and find that first frag onto Major. But then again, instead it will be 5 rifles for both teams. No AWP in the server. And how will that change the course of this round?
Oh, let's see as they're grouping up and going for this play in towards B. Obviously, tons of utility ready as they want to set the skies up with the smoke soaring through. Zantares with the spray though, as he gets free. Engin as well, hammers down on the trigger as he will take down Sixer. And it all falls to XMS. Plays around the smoke because he wants to peek in slowly. But unfortunately for him, he will be caught off guard by Paz. And they do get that second round. Zantares with a huge spray there.
As they line up into his spray, dazed and confused. I didn't expect Zantares there with such a forward position. As he catches them off guard and lands an incredible spray down towards the B side. 2-4 though. As we go into round number 7. EnVyUs going to be going for the 4 spy as they're going to be investing into this one. But let's see, so far Sixer has 3.8k into his bank balance, so we can try and go for the AWP to the next buyer, and if we're going to be seeing a weird sort of buy. But then again, he is the only player with money so far, and as the freeze time did eventually fade away, he fully invested now as he has the CZ double flashbang, happy as well as some utility to try and chime into this one. As it will be 1 minute 25 left on the clock. EnVyUs grouping towards middle, grouping towards Boiler, trying to see if they can burst and rush down these rifles. Trying to get into close quarters with their upgraded pistols.
Yeah. Close range angles are the only firefights they'll really be able to excel at with the investment they have in their hands. Let's see if they're given an opportunity, though. If they're given some kind of moment to strike and really get the better of Space Soldiers. They push their way through. Paz will get the first and the second as he rips his way through. It's a hat-trick for Paz. Major as well. Continues the dominant damage as he takes down Scream. Happy will fall short to Calyx, and that is Space Soldiers getting the round. Paz just racking up the eco frags as they walked into the meat grinder.
Once again, it's Paz and Zantares really performing for Space Soldiers as they walk in one by one. They have the flashbangs they invested into utility, and it seems like they forgot about it. As Paz, unblind, unchallenged, finds those 3 kills towards quad. As it goes 3-4, and we go into round number 8. Galil this time for Major. 2 AKs as well retrieved from the corpses from the EnVyUs players from the previous rounds. Is going to be the tactical timeout for EnVyUs.
Yeah, as they will try and go for this pause, discuss what needs to change, because something has to. They can't carry on like this. It's not working out well for them. 1 round away now as well from Space Soldiers actually being neck and neck and equal to them. And EnVyUs, this T side in Inferno is where they're going to be able to deal their most damage. This is where they can be a little bit more looser, try and set the pace, go for the style of plays that they need to do so. But they have to get that economy back in their favor to be able to do that. Yeah,
obviously going for the force bind to the last round. Sixer being the only player that didn't really go for a double down in terms of investment, so he can still buy the AWP into the next buy round. As it will be 3 CZs, P250 down to RPK, and a Deagle for Scream, but already, as I mentioned his name, he finds that first kill, finds the entry as Paz is out of the server.
Yeah, unfortunate for Paz, they're actually trying to go for more of a confident play as he did walk out. We've seen him clearing towards second mid fairly consistently. He goes for the information peak that time, felt confident in his own ability in his rifle, but didn't actually find it. Does get shut down. Happy left on 4 HP at the very least.
Then again though, even though it's going to be the man advantage for EnVyUs, they're lacking the Kevlar across the board, they're lacking the utility, the firepower. They're unable to retrieve the AK just yet. Nevertheless though, a minute left on the clock here. As EnVyUs are hoping and praying that someone from Space Soldiers is going to go too overzealous, too over-aggressive and give away another kill in favor of the French side, but instead, Scream finds a second.
Oh, Scream's doing all the damage in his own right now. Luckily, Calyx was there to actually respond in a mighty fashion as he finds that headshot, waiting for more as they will flood their way through. The CZ fire all around him. He's paranoid and overwhelmed as Sixer will get the better of him. But Engin with the one-taps. There's the response from Sixer, though. A 1v2, but it's the main man himself, the big dog, the Turkish boy coming in as he peeks, gets 1 frag on RPK. Dubious of the location of Sixer, spots him out as he needs to best him with this M4. He can be a monster with a weapon. Gets the headshot. Sixer will slip away, and that is Zantares on the retake.
Calculated 1 versus 2 there. He pushes the smoke as soon as the bomb has been planted. Essentially turns into a 1 versus 1 there, because while the player is planting, he can't aid and try to back up his teammate, as he will isolate that 1 versus 2 into 2 1 versus 1s. 4 to 4 now as we go into round number 9, and we will be seeing another buy round from EnVyUs. As the bomb was planted, it means extra cash for the French side, but then again, it seems like they didn't need it, as they still have $1,000-ish across the board. They will be going for the 4 AK buy, AWP onto Sixer. Utility as well across the board, as Calyx this time goes for the peak towards middle.
That's the worrying factor, though. Is Sixer now he's done the AWP, but there is a response there. There's congestion against him. Space Soldiers, though, might actually be dispatched here, as we've seen this aggressive play coming out from XMS, but he walks straight into Boiler and gets punished by Major. So him actually being able to use that speed, an advantage he had, is instantly taken away from him. Xantares as well, overextending. I thought he might have just gone for the hold here, but he's got bomb control as he finds the headshot on RPK. Only 3 Ts remain already, and Xantares will slip away.
Will be flushed out by the Molotov, but regardless, a 2-man lead now for Space Soldiers in this next buy round. So, for Scream, Sixer and Happy, how are they going to try and recalibrate their T side right now? As into this round, they're facing a 2-man deficit. AWP for Sixer, so we can try and go for the peaks, try and find these individual kills, but it's going to play into the favor of Calyx. Instead, though, misses the shot, gives another chance now for EnVyUs.
Yeah, as they're pushing their way around, here's the peak from Paz, but Paz, no power plays to come through as he just has to wait. Calyx goes for the pre-fire with the AWP as well, as he will miss that shot, but at least relay the information to his teammates that Scream could have got through towards Library. They'll now be blissfully aware of it as well, as the smoke has gone down. It does zone off one angle, but they have no reason to face towards him. They can just hold. Sixer has the bomb. Scream trying to go for the one taps. Will connect it in the end, but he's low because of it. Left on 9 HP. Sixer as well, trapped towards apartments as he is being hunted by Xantares.
Xantares towards apartments isn't actually required just yet, as Engin and Major find the final 2 kills. 5 to 4, and even though EnVyUs had the early lead into this game, they had the 4 to 0 advantage. They won the pistol, they won the first buy round. Once again, Space Soldiers claiming the first round that they won with the CZs, with the pistols on their force buy. And ever since then, the momentum and the half has gone in their favor. They brought this one back 5 rounds in a row, as it will go 5 to 4. 1 round advantage now for Space Soldiers on the CT side as we go into the 10th round. No AWP into the server once again, as both teams will be going down for the 5 AK buy for EnVyUs and the 5 rifle buy for Space Soldiers. RPK pushing through the smoke. Scream, Sixer towards Banana. They've already tried to test and best Xantares. Let's just say it hasn't gone in their way.
Flashbang comes out here from Xantares. Looks like he wants to try and play from this aggressive stance once more, but instead will actually slip over towards first oranges. 3 players towards that B bomb site as well. So if they do actually feel confident of going to this play, EnVyUs will be met with a very hard defense.
Exactly that. 2 extra players from Space Soldiers towards B. Uses to Xantares. And actually will be taken out of the server by Sixer through that smoke. 5 versus 4 now. Finally an advantage for EnVyUs.
Smart from Engin. Get rid of the M4, grab Xantares' AK, and back off, so at least there's no additional weaponry on the floor, just in case EnVyUs didn't have a full set of AKs on prowl.
Engin, though, going to be the anchor towards the B-bomb site, as RPK will go through the fire and flames, but doesn't quite have the power to get that kill, will instead just deduct himself down to 2 HP. As Major as well will join the ranks towards the B-bomb site. Major and Engin, can they try and hold off the aggression now from EnVyUs?
Yeah, can Major rise above the noise and confusion? No, he can't. He goes down with Engin! He certainly can, as he gets fired up, starts to hammer down on the opposition and find those entry frags. The response coming around, Happy, lying in wait by the tree, just prepared for the push to come to him. If Paz goes through, it should be a kill for Happy, as he will get the spray, eliminates Paz, and it's all up to Calyx. Calyx now lying dead on the ground as XMS will hammer him through with the AK.
Finally, EnVyUs able to find their second buy round into this second map. Round number 11, but then again, Space Soldiers winning 5 rounds in a row. They can go for the buy into this round. The only issue is for Space Soldiers, if you remember, Jack, these rounds have been close. 1 versus 1s, 1 versus 2s, 2 versus 2s, or 3 versus 3s. Their money is near to none if they do concede this round. And Xantares has money to buy, Major as well, but the 3 other members from Space Soldiers are lacking that cash. And also Engin as well going to be lacking HP, as he does go down to 27 HP, trying to go for the audacious peek towards Banana. Will be met by utility, grenades, and Molotovs.
This push coming up here. Major as well. Slowly backing off as he wants to hold from quad and wait for the push to come his way. We'll reposition, as they are a little bit paranoid of what EnVyUs can be doing. Try and play from further back angles rather than aggressive and run the risk of giving away that first frag.
Minute 10 left on the clock. The bomb still towards T-Spawn from EnVyUs. Centaurus with the flashbang from his teammate will catch RPK blind. Sixer as well. He's going to go for the reface, try and trade that kill. He does just that. The boost though towards Sarge from Paz gets spotted, and through the smoke he will tag up Sixer just a little bit.
More damage being done. You can see Engine there as well. Low HP. Major plays around the smoke as it says peekaboo to Scream though and takes him down. Just 3 players remaining on the side of EnVyUs. One of them miles away. That is Sixer. He's grabbed the bomb. They reposition. They realize they need to try and take this hit towards the B bomb site. Happy sells a bit of a fake as well, as he has given away his presence on A, but truly they're going B.
Oh, all down out to Calyx towards the B side. He has the Molotov, but hasn't used it just yet. Has the kit. But let's see, finds the first frag, goes for the reface towards back boxes.
Plays it perfectly, Stans. He gets that initial headshot ready for more, but XMS will rip his way through him. Exhilarating stuff as he dons the AK. Major here with the M4. What a monster as he will strike, gets one. Not quite the second, as Happy heroically is able to stay alive in the meantime. He's got 9 seconds as he needs to try and go for this plant. Surely this is the brown for Paz as he pushes through, gets the frag. Happy couldn't do anything there. He was caught with the weakest possible spot, so susceptible as he will fall.
6-5 now. As EnVyUs, they won one round, but instantly now have been reset. 3 players survived in that round, but unfortunately that means 2 players had to drop, meaning Happy this time is the player of cash for EnVyUs, as it will be the buy from XMS, but apart from that, everyone else has saved from EnVyUs. 2 CZs, a Glock for Sixer, P250 for RPK, Deagle for Scream, as it seems likely that Space Soldiers can try and chain 2 rounds together.
Yeah, this should be them at least getting 7 so far on their CT side, as they want to get themselves as many as possible to help them when they get to their T half. Engin with the opening frag as well as he lands the jumping XMS.
The player that invested as well for EnVyUs instantly taken out of the server. No Kevlar now for EnVyUs into this eco on this quasi-buy. Oh, Centaurus as well. We'll get a very well-timed shot onto Six's cranium. And it's going to be 1 minute 10 left on the clock, 5 versus 3. As EnVyUs right now have to try to discuss what to do into the next round.
Yeah, this is not a good spot to be in, especially when Centaurus is just doing filthy things such as that through the smoke as he finds that headshot on screen. The follow-up frag on RPK. Happy being tagged down so incredibly low as well, as this is going to be Space Soldiers most likely getting through with no casualties as well, because Calyx and Centaurus, they have no reason to peek now. They can just chill and allow someone like Paz to peek through and find that frag.
Exactly that. Round number 13, 5 players surviving for Space Soldiers versus the quasi-buy from EnVyUs, as it will be a tactical timeout being called, and hopefully a well-timed one at that. As right now, EnVyUs have to try and recalibrate, rethink, restructure their T side. Space Soldiers have been showing so much dominance towards Banana. We saw what happened when the T side threw utility, the Molotov top Banana, the grenade top Banana. They managed to get, I believe it was Paz or Engin, down to what, 27, 20 HP. Try and force back Space Soldiers onto these sites, because if you keep giving them so much real estate towards Banana, control towards apartments, control towards middle, Space Soldiers are working with perfect information, and you can see they have 4 players towards A when EnVyUs go towards the site. Last round that they went towards B, there was 3 players from Space Soldiers there because they have so much information to work with.
And that's the thing, that's the key difference as well now. Not only the Space Soldiers have the superior buy, they've just been able to play the style of CS that works better for them. They can play far back, they can go for the early aggression. Players like Centaurus can work towards Banana. This time around, Centaurus as well, straight down mid-snods. He's doing a bit of a marathon as he sprints in behind them, ready to cause an absolute massacre, as he will get the information and be able to go for this contact play in the rear. Let's see if he's got the gear to do the damage though. Major finds 1 kill, takes down Sixer. RPK will strike as well. And here comes Lantares creeping up to try and send everyone off on a date with a coroner.
4 versus 3. Kits right now, utility as well for the city side as the bomb. Not yet planted just yet. You can see Scream with the package towards Ruin as they're trying to find another kill across the map. They haven't got the utility to go for the plant. They can't smoke and plant the bomb. They can't Molotov up Banana and force Centaurus far back instead, though. They're going to be met by the pure firepower from the CT side.
That's the thing, just getting the bomb to the site is going to be the most awkward part, because you peek and you get picked apart just like that. Like vultures swarming on the corpses, everyone is down and out. There's the final frag coming through as XMS's head will go rolling off his body. Unfortunate for them, and another round going to go the way of Space Soldiers, looking dominant in their CT half now as they've actually got it together. Is there a possibility for a 10-5 half? I mean, if they win against this bye, they might actually set themselves up for it.
Yeah, even if EnVyUs win this round as well, Jack, if it goes 8-6, Space Soldiers now have $8,000, $7,000 across the board aggregately. So they can still buy up into the final round, which means 2 more buy rounds for Space Soldiers as a bare minimum. Give them a high chance to claim one out of these 2 rounds going forward. As we go into the penultimate round of the first half, round number 14. Orb boosted from Engen now towards Banana. No resistance shown, no HE grenades, no Molotovs thrown at the start of the round to try and force them back as once again the first frag falls in court on the Turkish side.
Naughty Engen coming in with the opening frags. He takes down Scream. Nice HE as well. Transfers just a tad of damage on everyone, but at least softens them up, so maybe that can come in handy into the late round. They have tons of utility as well here on Space Soldiers, and the initial frag going in their favor, so it makes this round so much easier. And it would be Fantares as well, with the flashback. Fantares, so smart, as he shuts them down, systematically picks them apart. He eventually will fall to Happy, and it's just him remaining on that French side, trapped at the top of Banana, quaking in his boots.
12 HP. No utility to work with. Can't even try go for exit kills and dent the CT economy because it's right now too strong. As in the 1 versus 4, he gets put it out as well. Gets the fadeaway shot though. As right now Major is sweating bullets, but eventually will survive. This time he falls short. 9-5. Another buy here for Space Soldiers. The money not exactly looking too hot for EnVyUs, as they will be forced and deducted down to potentially a UMP buy. They can go for AK no head armor if they wanted to. But then again, it seems that they want to go for the CZs. They're favoring the utility here. And this is going to be 1 AK for Sixer. And right now for Zantares, 19 kills in just 14 rounds being played out.
Yeah, Lantares stepping up to the mark. This is what we needed to see. The main man himself has been performing incredibly triumphant stuff from the Turkish team.
Major holding the angle here. The pixel angle of that gets the first kill again. Scream taken out of the server.
That is just deadly. Major as well, staying alive to fight another day. This is where Paz can go big. He gets the info, but has to fall back as the push is coming towards him. Engen with a bit of a bad whiff as he's able to stay alive at the very least. Awkward stuff as he duels against Happy and bests him with that sidearm. Mega arriving on the scene of the site, but Major will go down to XMS as he rips off a few shots with that M4.
Oh, Galax to the smoke. Spots out one player. RPK and Sixer are now both low.
Oh, they're trying to burn him to a crisp. He can extinguish it in time to stay alive and fight another day, though, as he slips back through. Zantares slowly creeping up. Here comes the Apex Predator as he strikes with 1, takes down XMS. 2 more remain on that T side. Zantares going to push through. Calyx will find the frag. Engen for the final one, and they do get a 10-5 half.
From a 4-0 lead from EnVyUs in that first half, it will conclude 10-5 as soon as Space Soldiers put a round on the board, it all went in favor of the Turks. As we go into round number 16, this is the potential final half from EnVyUs, because if they lose the second half pistol, this could easily read 13-5. If they win the pistol, 11-5. They win versus the force by 12-5. An eco will be put out by EnVyUs. 13-5 could very easily be our scoreline going forward if Space Soldiers can claim the second half pistol. Remember as well, Jack, they lost the first half one, so even if the pistols go 1 for 1, it will be heavily favored now for Space Soldiers.
That's the only thing. The debate is, though, Snods, that T side. Can Space Soldiers continue the aggression? They've had fabulous CT sides the entire tournament. Can this time they have another good T half? Can they close it down in 2? Can they pick up the win on Inferno? The previous time they met up against EnVyUs, it was a 16-9 scoreline in their favor. Can they repeat history once more? Sixer with the early contact.
Yeah, 16-9 in favor of Space Soldiers on Inferno. And that game was only yesterday. Regardless, though, RPK gets dinked up by Zantares. As the bomb still towards T-steps, towards bottom middle, will be making its mark towards the B-bomb site, leaving just Major alone towards A, try and sell a fake, try and sell a ruse, and force a rotation towards A from EnVyUs.
They just wait it out now. Keeping it calm and stable. Major comes in with that frag on towards Happy. There is a trade back from Sixer, though, as he strikes with the USP. Leaves him in a 4v4, but RPK is tremendously low, only on 14 HP. he's going to be very weak when they do go for this play. XMS as well in the contact phase could pay off massively, but unfortunately he whiffs it. The peek comes round, but luckily you've got old Screamy there dealing damage, Snots, as he will punish 2 of them before Paz can trade back.
Sixer with the defuse kit. RPK down onto 14 HP. As it's going to be the 2 versus 2. Sixer coming in for the retake now via Banana. Kalix and Paz as well holding the crossfire.
Oh, Paz with the opener as he lands that shot with a Glock. Filthy stuff, as all they've got to do is just hold. RPK 14 HP. What can this madman achieve? Unfortunately, nothing for the side of EnVyUs. He will fall short. Space Soldiers get their 11th round on the board. Snods, if they win these following 2 rounds off that pistol win, 13 rounds on the board before EnVyUs can even try and nip at their heels.
Exactly. Could be an argument here as well for EnVyUs was to potentially have to force every single round now for the second half if they do lose this one here. Obviously, if this goes 12-5 in favor of Space Soldiers, EnVyUs will need rounds on the board as soon as possible. Anyway, though, into round number 17, it's going to be 3 MAC-10s for Space Soldiers. It seems like Space Soldiers taking a page out of the EnVyUs' anti-eco book, as they'll be marching their way towards B. As it's going to be 4 players forcing from EnVyUs. 4 Caesars, actually. Deagle. 4 Scream. Sixer once again just going to be opting for the pistol. Has over $1,100 in his bank balance, so he can't afford the AWP into the first buy round, into the second half. But then again, when they won versus Space Soldiers on Overpass, it was Happy stepping up. Versus a go earlier, it was Scream stepping up. Let's see if they can try and revitalize their second half.
Well, they're going for a very aggressive stance here. You can see the confidence is definitely shining through. Sixer as well, trying to play for info as he backs off with a CZ. Critical strikes come out, though, as he lands that killing blow on Major. Ready for more, but Kalix, diving through the air like the acrobat he is, will be able to overpower one man. There's the response from the dirty Deagle of Scream, as Paz will fall short. It's on Xantares and Engin. Can Xantares keep it up? Can he continue with the firepower he's displayed, as he will execute XMS and make it fall into a 3v2? Engin going for the bomb plant now, Snots.
Man advantage for EnVyUs regardless, though. They are lacking a kit. They have a Molotov to try and flush out Xantares towards back boxes as the bomb is planted for Banana, but right now both the players from Space Soldiers on the side. Oh,
timing is going to be awkward. Forced that position by the Molotov, but he's still firing away as he gets the spray, but he fights with the fire and flames. Goes down to RPK as he is sent off to the Bones Ordnance, all on Engin. SMG in hand. Can this PDW provide some personal defense as he'll lose it all? He lets it slip. Scream with a 360 takes him down, and EnVyUs get that round.
11-6 now as EnVyUs will win the second round, forced by. Nevertheless, though, it will be a 5-round advantage for Space Soldiers going forward. Xantares there, trying to go for the heroic Mastodon plays. He got 1 kill, but eventually was traded out by the Molotov itself as he burnt alive and left it all down to Engin's hands, and unfortunately crumbled at that shot.
I think it's definitely fair to say he has been a martyr for the side of Space Soldiers, though. 22 frags to his name. Consistent damage being dealt with. 144 ADR into the matchup thus far.
Exactly. If it's not Xantares, it's Kalix. If it's not Kalix or Xantares, it's Paz. Someone steps up from Space Soldiers. Right now, the same cannot be said for EnVyUs. Regardless, though, full eco from Space Soldiers. The chance now for EnVyUs to get to a 7th round. And with that, versus the full eco, they should be able to establish some decent money going forward, have 4 or 5 stay alive, try and have a clean round into this one. Utilize your MAC-10 onto Happy, get $600 a piece per kill, and try and stack up your cash.
Right now, Happy as well, just playing towards balcony, waiting the push to come his way. But he is actually going to push in, walk straight past Happy! Blending into the scenery there apparently was Major, but luckily Happy realizes what's gone on, adjusts his glasses, and does find those frags.
5 versus 3 now. As it will be the Deagle from Xantares, trying to see if he can find a head here or there, but eventually Scream will take him down. Just leaving Engin now last alive with a bomb towards middle. Plays the Cubby, hoping that someone will walk into his crosshair and give away their frag for free. But it seems unlikely.
Engin towards mid, just overpowered once more. That's a hat-trick for Happy, and another round going to go the way of EnVyUs. At least they're doing damage and being able to mount an offensive into these rounds. But this is where it starts to get real again. Space Soldiers, they've been sent a shipment of AKs, and they've been told to slay as they throw the clips in.
Round number 19, 11-7. No AWP invested into the CT side defense just yet. But then again, they have a plethora of utility to go forward with. 5 Molotovs, full set of utility, 5 rifles as well to finish off the rest of the CT buy. And the same goes as well for Space Soldiers. 5 rifles, no AWP yet for Engin, Major or Calyx. As it seems that they like to juggle the AWP around depending on who's feeling good with it, who has the best spawn, who has the motive into the round. Regardless, those Antares, we saw him go towards drop and find so many openings for his team across the map. As right now he's trying to do the same towards Banana on Inferno.
He's got an appetite for destruction, Snods, and he wants it as he pushes through. Doesn't quite get the opening frag, but you can see the paranoia for EnVyUs now already. As Antares just creepily moving around, waiting to strike.
Minute 10 on the clock. Still a 5 versus 5. 3 players now towards the B site as Happy rotates in from Arch. And a good counterplay here from EnVyUs as they will claim control of top Banana, but not before Xantares has something to say about it.
It doesn't really amount to much though when Xantares is there, as he just brute forces his way in, kicks down the door, taking names as he slays everyone in front of him. There's the smoke response. Happy trying to play around it, Snods.
This is smart here. They aren't going to overcommit towards the B side. They expect an over-rotation from EnVyUs, and they've read it so well. Major will be claiming the A-bomb site for free. RPK towards Speedway won't be there in time, and this might be a save call from EnVyUs.
Oh, this is ridiculous. They've got the site. They'll realize it's completely open. As you said, this is probably going to be the save. Look, everyone just backing off towards B. EnVyUs basically going to have to concede this one. The 12th round going to go the way of Space Soldiers, and we're only 20 rounds into the action.
Yeah. May as well just throw in the towel here. As only 2 rounds were won together, and this is the thing as well, Jack. They won their force buy, having 2 players alive. They won versus the Eco from Space Soldiers, having 5 alive, so that will mean they have a bit of a buffer in terms of their economy. If they can salvage all 3 of these weapons as well going forward into round number 20, then they will be able to put up a strong buy as well. Then again, I don't believe they... Actually, yeah, they can afford an AWP if they want to bring it out. The question is, though, does Sixer really want to challenge Xantares' first bullet accuracy towards Banana? Does he want to try and take his chances towards Apartments or towards Quad or towards Arch? As right now, it's quite questionable as to why they don't want to bring the AWP out just yet. Usually the AWP is strong versus the contact players, which we've been seeing versus Space Soldiers. They haven't really been playing a heavy execution style, as it's all been off of the kills from Xantares.
Yeah, Xantares has actually been fantastic. So predominant in being able to find the entry frags that they dearly desire. He has been the difference maker. I think that is fair to say. 24 frags to his name. Still showing no signs of slowing down as well. He's getting consistent 2Ks to open up rounds.
Exactly that. Once again, it's going to be another round where there's no AWP into play just yet. Kits from the CT side, strong utility as well to boot. As Happy goes for the jiggle peek in terms of information, trying to see if he can spot out an AWP, spot out a player, get some information for his team, and then actually Major's going to try and capitalize off the advantage he spotted. Doesn't find Happy though, finds Sixer, and now a man advantage once again for Space Soldiers.
Yeah, this is a great spot to be in, already opening up with aggression, and Major being the one getting the entry. As he leads by example for his side, they now reposition round as well as they group up. No commit just yet. Happy taking a ton of damage as well. Body slamming into him, leaving him with sub 50 HP, Snods. 1 minute and 10 left on the clock as Space Soldiers make their play towards mid.
They do indeed. 4 players towards mid for Space Soldiers. Scream though, we'll find 1 before he will go back into the shroud of the smoke from Arch. 4 versus 4 now, 1 minute left on the clock, and that bomb is still towards Apartments. They can still try to go back towards B. It all comes down to Xantares. Can he find the first kill? Can he find another entry towards the site and open up the T side for Space Soldiers?
Will they find success as he makes his way towards B? Xantares not going to find anything. Scream though, back to popping heads as he deals some damage, breaking skulls and taking names. It's good old Scream. Luckily, Xantares is in the rear. He will get the drop on XMS if he pushes his way around. XMS actually going to extend through though, obviously peeking from the high angle, dubious of someone being towards the site as Xantares has to try and hold the angle. He will peek with the rest of his teammates. Xantares gets one, but Scream trades it back. The superstar headshot machine comes in to a 4K. Can he make it a 5K?
Good double peek there from EnVyUs to try and tame the beast that is Xantares, but there's another one left. Calyx now in the 1 versus 3.
Oh, mighty Calyx dealing damage as he goes through. Calyx, critical stuff as he smashes every face that's in front of him, slumps them all and sends them packing.
Like a Hydra, this beast has 3 heads. You try to take down Xantares. Calyx is right behind. You even take down Calyx. And then we saw a massive half from Paz in the last matchup. So many players, so many talented and skilled potential superstars on the roster for Space Soldiers. As it seems like they just take turns in this one to try and step up.
You can see the reaction there, the happiness of Mikey Calyx as he realizes what's going on. Major pumped as well, as everyone is feeling it.
Exactly. Think about the euphoria right now going through the camp of Space Soldiers. It's their first ever time at a major qualifier, let alone being in the front seat, the driver's seat, to potentially claiming the whole European minor itself.
Yeah, and make that spot even more sweet if they can find victory here today and grab first seed. Early control coming through towards Banana, but Major, he's got other ideas. You know what? You can try and take Banana control, but I'll shut you down, he says as he strikes with his AK and makes a mess towards top Banana. XMS will fire back. One shot from the Deagle is all it takes to stop the beast that is Xantares in his tracks.
Exactly that. Minute 5 now on the clock. Here's the Eco coming out from EnVyUs. Only XMS going to be back in Kevlar as they walk into the stacked wonderland of Major's crosshair. As now they fall one by one, but as I said, they're happy with 1-1. Doesn't want to go silently into the night. But the bomb is down towards this A-bomb site. Happy can try and salvage the AK for some condolences, but that's about it. Space Soldiers about to get to 14.
Yeah. What a horrible spot to be in as well for Happy, just trying to go for the save. Oh, falls to Paz as well, so not even an AK, no silver lining. Absolutely nada coming through for Major as well. Great defense, such a nuisance towards Banana as he got through with a quad kill.
Timeout going to be called for EnVyUs. As now they have to try think and work out how do you tame the beast that is Xantares. 25 kills so far in this matchup. The player below him on 15 is Paz. As right now he is too hot to handle. Anywhere he goes, he's finding that first kill, he's finding that entry, he's creating space for his team. An ideal scenario for your entry fragger, especially in the map as well, like Inferno, where sometimes it can be so telegraphed, right? You get that first kill, you get that second kill, you instantly know the B site is usually clear. Regardless, though, it's going to be round number 22. The pause does conclude. What has EnVyUs changed to go forward into this one, as they had 30 seconds to try really recalibrate their CT defense? And it seems like the answer to the question, Jack, will be an AWP for Sixer. The only issue is no defuse kit for the CT side, so if this bomb does go down once more for Space Soldiers, this could definitely be the final full buy for EnVyUs.
Yeah, let's see if that's the case, if this is what is going to break the Camel's back and leave them broken on the floor. Major straight away, swift stuff as he slips in through the smoke and makes his play towards top Banana. If they're unaware of this, they might actually push through. No, they must be known. The Molotov goes down, so they will try and force Major to be unable to go for any shenanigans into the round. Meanwhile, the rest of the Space Soldiers squadron is setting up towards that A site.
Major going to be keeping that MAC-10 into his arsenal. Regardless, though, the AWP has found success. First kill for Sixer as they walked into his scope. Minute 5 left on the clock here. Major alone towards the B-bomb site. Has the MAC-10, has some utility as well. Doesn't have a smoke to try smoke off CT, but can throw the Molotov, throw the flashbangs if he wants to try to sell a fake. But instead, it seems like the play will be coming towards the B site itself. Will they leave Calyx alone towards middle, try to sell a fake towards the A site? He's the one of utility. But instead, it seems they will be showing no presence towards middle as they rely just on their pure aim and individual skill to try and topple this B-bomb site. Well,
let's see if they can do it. Snod's scream has been so fantastic throughout the series. Major, though, somehow, he's speedy. He gets behind him and he strikes dominantly as well. Scream is done. Out of commission. He is downright dead on the ground. XMS as well. His entire bomb site is set ablaze. The only option he has is to hide in the smoke and try and fight through the smog. But when he peeks, Xantares is there, dealing killing blows. Major as well. See you later, Happy, as he punishes him. Sixer will find a flick with the AWP back on towards Major, but the save has to come through.
EnVyUs have to tap out right now. They have to salvage their weapon into the next round and throw in the towel, concede this one, allow match point for Space Soldiers, because with no kit, an AWP as well for the retake, the chance of them winning that round if they didn't find an early pick into that retake was so unlikely. You may as well take your chances again into the next round.
Yeah, and this is it, Snods. You got to play for overtime. You've got to give it your all. No second chances, no mistakes, no breathing room.
Talking about giving it your all, Major there. Such a smart split-second decision to go in towards CT. He knows with the MAC-10 as well, he hasn't got the optimal firepower that he would have with an AK. He understands that as soon as they realize there was a player towards Coil, they expected XMS to be either towards first or second oranges or towards new boxes. He knew there was no one towards CT, capitalizes off of the hole, the chink in the defense from EnVyUs, slips in behind, catches Scream off guard, and the round crumbles.
Yeah, I mean, you could see that instantly. The second he realized what was going on, alerted his teammates in what they need to do. All of Space Soldiers believing in the call, and they make it work. 1 round away from being your grand final champions. Surely it's possible here for Space Soldiers. Can EnVyUs fight back, though? Can they crunch down? Can they rise against the machine and stay alive for another day?
Sixer with the AWP once more towards Miller, but eventually will be falling back as he is wary of Space Soldiers. One of the issues, actually, when you hold that ankle jack is because of the right-eyed peek in Counter-Strike, in CSGO, if there's an AWPer that pushes up towards close middle, he has the advantage going into that peak. That's one of the reasons why you see AWPers eventually fall back. Been on the bad end of that a fair few times. And the XMS alone towards the B site as Scream plays towards Speedway. Scream being the fast rotation that EnVyUs do need as the play comes in.
This could be scary though. Zantara is the main man entry fragger looking to try and make an epic play into the round. Calyx goes down though. He's been critical to gluing rounds together. Engin returns to fire. XMS ripping his way through him with that CZ though. A hat-trick of frags. Surely not for Zantara. Is there somehow he can claw it back from the jaws of defeat in this round? The bomb is down in such a horrendous location. 2 versus 3 now. Zantara's a major.
1 round away from being your grand champions. They will get the dink, but it lands through the cement of that pillar. And eventually XMS cements that kill, leaving it just Major in the 1 versus 3.
Major playing his heart out this minor. Can he make it work into this round? Is there somehow the stars can align for this man as he pushes his way through? The angle is covered by XMS. He peeks into the crosshair. XMS with a quad kill. Actually, the ace as he comes through. That is just lunacy as he was able to find that final frag. Obviously, as he takes down Zantares as well. That is just ridiculous damage. The CZ prowess he had. Those 3 frags were mental.
Yeah, we saw a very smart call from Major to go push in towards CT in the last round. As they expected 2 players, the 2 anchors being towards the site. This time, though, same cannot be said, as actually it was a poor call to go in for the aggression towards CT, as actually this time EnVyUs weren't stacked towards the site, they were stacked towards CT. They were trying to play retake, so actually Space Soldiers going into the hands of EnVyUs and also Six's scope, but not before he gets traded out.
Yeah. Early trades coming through, but the thing is, you lose Major, but you get the trade back, eliminating Sixer. That is a lot of your roaming or potential taken down, but RPK set up to spray as he will roll back the years there, finding 2 scalps he can add to his belt. RPK still doing damage as well. Vintage Cedric coming through before Calyx can strike against him. The AK has been donned today. Can he force EnVyUs to hit the deck?
Surely not for a second time. We've already seen an incredible 1 versus 3 early on into this game. Will he do it for a second time as he spots at the first play, but eventually will lose that duel. 15-9, as EnVyUs are now only 6 rounds behind.
So close as they're starting to claw it back. They're on the long slog. There's no room for mistakes. They have to play flawless CS. RPK as well into this round. So dominant, so deadly as he roamed around, just taking names and reminding people why he is known as the tank.
Exactly. Artillery barrage there towards middle. But enough of the past and into the present. 15-9. Space Soldiers still have 6 more opportunities, 6 more chances to close this 1 out regulation. We saw them go to overtime when they had a 14-6 lead versus Optic. But then again, this is a very different lineup in a very different scenario. They've already qualified and is the pressure off of their shoulders. And with that, can they play more comfortably or will they choke this one out?
Yeah, is there somehow they can let it slip? Will they get overwhelmed? We saw in the past when Space Soldiers got really down to the nit and gritty against Optic on Mirage, they started to panic and amongst themselves. You saw the commotion into those rounds. Luckily, though, there is a response. Calyx bites back as he will best Scream in an aim duel here with his Deagle. Engin as well, doing damage. This deco starting to work fantastically. They've recovered a free AWP, but unfortunately for Engin, Happy was there on the scene of the crime as he mops him up like a spilt drink.
Happy rotating into Arch, leaving XMS alone towards the B side. Calyx and Zantara is trying to see if they can go as a bare minimum 1-to-1 or find that kill. Suddenly the B side's up for grabs. If they can retrieve the AK, they have armor to back up the picked up rifles. As right now they have the armor to go behind the Kalashnikovs. As it's going to be the 2 versus 2 kits though for EnVyUs and a smoke flashbang for the CT side retake.
And this is the demolition duo. that is left remaining. These troublesome terrorists that are in primetime afterplant. So much effective aim potential on either of these superstars. But RPK strikes first. He's proven that there's a reason why he is called the tank as he keeps it going once his way through. Galax gets stinked down. 50 HP as he peeks. He's panicking, bobbing and weaving, happy. Stays alive, finds the frag, keeps them in the action.
Oh, only one player surviving. But EnVyUs can still afford a strong buy again. 15-5 as EnVyUs have claimed 3 rounds down the trot. Can they claim another 5? Can they make it an 8-round comeback towards overtime? And Space Soldiers still have 5 more opportunities to finish this one off in regulation, finish the job before it does go too far. But now that was the quality buy in the last round, just pistols and Kevlar, and it found so much success as it came down to the 1 versus 1. Now backed up with the full buy, full utility, 5 says Kevlar across the board, 5 AKs as well. Is this the round that basically sends Space Soldiers to the major qualifier with that first seed, and will they be gaining the title of European Minor Champions?
Well, let's wait and see, as only time will tell that tale as this round develops slowly. Sixer in position with the AWP. He has been absolutely incredible with the amount of damage he's done. So many vital impact frags coming through, barrels of them tied to him in an individual own right, as he can just be prolific. Waiting for the push to come around now, but he's blind. Fires off the warning shot, but there's no luck behind him today. Unfortunately, the push comes in as well, but it's a bit of a panic. Sixer barely stays alive. Xantares gets the opener, though. The response should surely come through for Engin, but it's Sixer that shuts him down. Happy as well. Response Major with a credible spray as he rips his way straight through him. Spray transfer galore as he prioritizes the correct target, and it falls to XMS.
XMS now the 1 versus 3 finds the first. Smoke, flashbang, Molotov to aid him in this scenario, but still, the odds are stacked against him.
Molotov comes out, hoping that'll aid him in some way. He realizes it's now or never. He has to do this round. He has the kit, he has the potential, the natural tools as he'll push in, but it's Calyx and Major, and Calyx finds the frag! Space Soldiers take the victory! They pick up the win, a 16-10 scoreline. They are your grand final champions! They shut it down, they take first seed. Not only are they going to the major qualifier snods, but they did it for Turkey.
Did it for Turkey, and also the first seed going into the major qualifier, making that first round of the Swiss system in Atlanta even easier. And there you have it, 16-10 on Inferno, the map pick from EnVyUs, and still they fall short. 2-0, as not only is it the first major